Yo, what's up? This is Perry by Storm. I want to tell you what's up. At MIDI Sound, I give you full props for all you done with the music instruments. Peace. Basically in Oakland, of course, it's just nothing but hip hop going on. I mean, actually, hip hop is what's going on in America today, but I've been around hip hop for a long time, and being born and raised in California and Oakland, and it's just, of course, everybody knows about the famous rappers coming from there, like Too Short and MC Hammer and whatnot. But Oakland is a place. It's going on with hip hop, and I could say it has a lot to do with my upbringing with hip hop, and it's the place, you know. This started, well, from Oakland I moved to Guam, and I'd say this is in the 1990. So I met Sean from Gino and Sean. Y'all know Gino and Sean. And I met him, and we've been friends since 1990. And he started. He came here maybe 92, 93, and he told me that he wanted to start his own group. And I've been DJing before since a long time. Yeah, I've been DJing and rapping and all of the hip hop's elements I've done. So I met Sean, and Sean, he wanted to rap and just anything with hip hop too. Sean has a good hip hop mind, everything, you know. So he called me one day and told me he's gonna start his album here in Korea. So their first album, Jinushan 1, I helped out, and it did well. And from Jinushan 1, since that did good, it went to Jinushan 1.5, Jinushan 2, and then One Time, and Young Hyunsuk, and from there, that's how. Maybe not as much as I should, but this is where I am 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I wish I have seen more, but I've seen a lot of Korea. I've seen many of Korea, but I know some place maybe I don't see it, but that's because I see studio every day. You know? Oh no, this is what I love to do. I love music, and I love to make, perform, and entertainment. I love, so that's what I do, and I love to do it. So I'm never bored of doing it. I visit California every now and then, sometimes. So that's enough. 2 weeks is enough, maybe America 2 weeks. Just so often. It was all two rivalry gangs going at it, and I'm just an innocent bystander. I'm just wrong place, wrong time, you know. And that's such a long story, but basically it was two gangs going at it, and I was in the wrong place, wrong time. All have been around music, but not really. They never really were aggressive in pursuing a music career. All of my family, they sing or play some instrument, but they never take it more serious than me. I take it really more serious, you know. So they just do maybe hobby or just spare time, just fun time. But me, I take it. That's all I want to do. Yeah, but music is all I want to do. Movies. DVDs. I love DVDs. Yeah. DVDs. Close, maybe almost 200. Not too many. I have maybe Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson, Christina Aguilera, Outkast. They don't make too many, but I buy. And Dr. Dre I have. maybe Dr. Dre is the best one out now, right now. It has a dark point, which makes a strong point, you know. And I'd say the color of it is just a strong. I call it a strong color, and storm itself. I think storm is just a strong word, you know. Storm is a strong word, so basically that says it all. That explains. I think storm explains the song, so I just call it a strong color and basically making a point. And I look at storm as the intro to my album, you know. Oh, just of course, just what I love. It's just hip hop. As I said, I told the viewers before on other interviews that storm means, you know, just many hip hop, you know, hip hop by storm, and actually Perry in me is hip hop. So it's just you know, the concept is a lot of many hip hop, and that's the intro to my album. So the first song is Storm, and that's leads to the rest of my songs in the album, and that's hip hop. Oh, I use a lot of maybe a lot of strings, guitar, just loop style guitar. I don't sample many, but I just make my own riff, you know, and I'd say made a lot of guitar going on. Strat. Oh, actually, no. Actually, I didn't use any session. No session. I just played it. It's sequenced program. Oh well, right now I'm using MPC 3000, but I just got into just these days I got into Pro Tools. So soon I'm gonna be sequencing on Pro Tools. That's your main hip hop sequencer these days. I mean, that's known. That's very known. But I think, personally, I think as long as you have, you know, what's in your mind, you can sequence on anything. You know. So. Well, I just take I take what I'm feeling inside, and you know, I put my mind in. I kind of think of other people's mind of what they would like, you know, and just something up, you know, very up, and what people will appreciate, and most importantly, what I like the most, you know, and just a lot of I visualize many in my mind, and I think of what kind of color and what kind of mood, or what kind of, you know, what you're feeling, what anybody is feeling, basically. If I use samples, I like to get creative with samples. I don't know if you guys out there know exactly what the difference between sampling and maybe reviving a song, you know, remixing, making you know, taking the whole riff of an old song, revival song. I don't do too many revival songs, but maybe sampling. I sampled maybe most is probably 4 seconds sampling, and then I try to break it up and be creative with it, you know. One, Dr. Dre. Well, producer, I'd say he's my top producer that I like. And maybe as far as rapper, maybe Jay-Z. As far as producing, I'd say Dr. Dre and Timberland maybe is one of my best. I think it depends on who you are as a person. I think sometimes I think I think of myself more as of a producer, but sometimes I'm real confident that I can also rap, you know. just as well, you know. So to me personally, I like to balance, you know, on the production and the rapping. So I like for the rapping to match the production and the production to match rapping. But so I think of it basically as equal. It just depends on the person, on who you are, you know.
Yeah.
I do both. I produce and I rap. But maybe I'd say the fun part maybe is rapping, because you get to go on stage and, you know, with the big crowd, and maybe that's more fun. That's the fun part. Producing is fun as well, but if you want to have a lot more fun, I'd say maybe rapping is more. Oh yeah, of course. There has to be. They're not very near, because I also produce too, so I have to take time to produce other members of my family, YG family, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't thinking too soon, but there will be a Perry too. For hip hop, it has to be. You have to start with the MPC 3000, no doubt. That's gonna. I mean, you won't know until you get it. You have to get it first. Yeah, first you have to get it, and then you'll know. Once you get into it, you'll know that basically MPC 3000 is hip hop. I mean, hip hop artists and musicians been using it for the longest time, since the first MPC 60 came out.
Yeah.
And then that was followed by the 3000. So that's no doubt. I'd recommend that. And user friendly and simple. I always like the JV 1080s or the 10. But yeah, that also, especially the 1080 gives you, or the 2080, that gives you some real sounds that make your music come alive, you know.
Okay.
Okay, starting down here is my master. I use the SL760, and that's my master. And come up here. Sorry, it's still kind of dusty, but the Triton. That's the machine right there, Triton. And then up here I have the Trinity. That's another machine I recommend too. The Trinity has power. And here's your deep bass line if you want some boom, boom, boom. Nordly 2, Nordly 1, whatever you prefer. It still gives you the good bass. And here's the center of your production. If you want hip-hop, here's your hip-hop, MPC 3000. And my sampler, Roland 760, S760. And followed by your Super JV 1080s, give you the sound you want, make your music come alive, especially with hip hop. And you want your D8B. Everyone wants a D8B. I got a D8B. You want a D8B? And none other than my Pro Tools. I'm getting into it right now, but see me later about some Pro Tools. Okay? Yo, MIDI and sound, #1. Yo. And this is Perry By Storm saying peace.